I ever tell you guys about the time I almost got into a cuckold?
Tell me on the mic.
So yeah. An old fling of mine hit me up while I was at work.
Okay.
And she had blocked me before that. So this is a fresh unblocking. She goes, hits me up and says, "Hey, 5 Ys." You guys know how that goes. 5 Ys?
I can't even hold. I can't even hold one.
There you go. 5 Ys.
Mm-hmm.
She asked me what I'm doing that evening, and I go, "Oh, I mean, I'm like 22, nothing to do. You know how that goes." And like I'm doing nothing. She's like, "You want to go to a bar?" Like, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Go to a bar.
Did you bring condoms?
We go to a bar that's associated to the Stumble Inn. Won't say which one. But of course I did that. It's called the 13th step. There you go. Right?
Is that after the 12-step program when you get out of it?
Yeah.
You go back to the bar?
Exactly.
Got it.
In case if anyone doesn't know, there's 12 steps to getting out of alcoholism. There you go. I go there. She meets up with me. She's kind of like, what's the word? She's throwing a lot of alcohol at me. And I'm utterly confused because, again, right before this,
she's trying to take advantage of you.
I guess so. I was just blocked. Just blocked because I had rejected her of a relationship after we were like friends with benefits.
Okay.
For a long time. Even though.
How'd you get out of that?
I told her I wasn't trying to be in a relationship. Even though I had told her before, I was like, I wasn't trying to be in a relationship. She wanted to do friends with benefits. She was like, yeah, it's totally fine.
Women don't listen to honesty.
I know. So, I guess I'm getting swooned. She's giving me Bud Lights. That's what I drink at that time. I know.
You're an easy date. Look how easy it is for you to get swooned.
Right. We were doing shot after shot after shot.
You whore. And
then I asked her, because I had looked at her IG, and I saw that she had a man.
Mm.
It's like, that's weird.
Someone stepped up.
Yeah.
Where you couldn't.
I guess I was stepping up. Right? Mind you, this dude was like at least a foot taller than me. I'm like, huh? Why are you talking to me? I don't know where. So I asked her, I'm like,
don't put yourself down like that.
I mean, hey.
You have things you can contribute besides height.
Like what?
Well, you're not funny. Never mind. Yeah, no, I don't really know.
I think it's worse that Maul just laughed at that.
Yeah, now I think about it.
Smiled at that.
You could edit her podcast.
There you go. Yeah, I could have done that. You know,
he can't do that.
Yeah, he can't do that
with his tall ass.
Right. Exactly.
Can't even fit in the booth.
Probably can't even type on the keyboard.
Right.
Next thing I know, I ask her. She said, "How do you know that?" I was like, "I look at your IG. That's how I know that." She's like, "Yeah. Well, so I have something to tell you." I'm like, "Oh, what's up?" He's actually watching us right now. I'm like, "What do you mean? Like through a camera or something?" She's like, "No, he's at the bar." I turn to my left. Dude's literally watching us at the bar.
Dick hard as a rock.
I'm sure. Right? Mind you, my 22-year-old ass can't contemplate of like what's going on there. I'm like, why is he watching?
And you already were thinking he was going to outperform you.
Exactly.
Now it's time.
Now I'm performing in front of him. I'm the show.
Mo, you ever thought a guy could outperform you?
No. Absolutely not. I've never looked at a guy and said, "Oh, this gentleman can definitely outperform me." Never.
Can't say it's crossed my mind.
Never.
So next thing I know, we're making out.
You and the guy?
No.
Oh. I thought maybe he got right to it.
I'm about to say, yo.
He's taller than him.
Yeah,
they got him drunk.
Yeah, he got you drunk. He's taller than you. Like you look.
No,
like you
sounds like an assault.
Yeah.
Tell us your story.
When I heard that occasion right there,
Men too.
I went to the bathroom and I hit up my boy. I'm like, "Yo, I think she's trying to get a threesome going on with her and her man." He just sends me a video of him going like this, like.
I'm mad that you needed confirmation, a meme from your mans to say that it probably wasn't a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, okay, well, I'm not doing anything with the dude, so like I'm chilling. Like it's like,
right.
Like, dicks touched, and that's where I'm like, I'm not with it.
I just don't even really like being around dicks to begin with.
Again, that was something.
Yeah, I don't even want to be naked around.
Wait. Let me clarify just for the listeners because this is an audio experience, and you guys can't see our fucking faces right now, which.
You can tell by our tone and our silence that we're a little thrown back.
So
I mean, I didn't.
Did you cuck?
No.
Okay, but you were open to, is what you're saying.
I was thinking about it at that time.
Okay, just so I'm clear, Cuck is
when it's like you fuck another man's girl.
And he's like
In front
into
of
it.
him.
Like
He's with it. He's with it.
He's turned on by.
Okay.
Like he would be turned on by watching Eddin fuck his girl.
Yeah. Or like a hot wife is another term for that.
a hot wife.
Yeah.
What's
that's
a
like,
hot wife?
She likes fucking around. Well, the dudes and her man's okay with that.
Oh,
Okay.
a hoe.
Or an open
That doesn't
relationship.
make
Or an open
Don't
her a
relationship.
hoe.
don't kink shame. She's
Right.
being honest with what she's doing.
Yeah, it's
That's
not
not a
kink
hoe.
shame. That's their thing.
Some women love sharing their boyfriends.
And some women sell pussy. That's their thing. Like we have a name for it.
But they're not selling pussy. It's their
They're just
kink.
giving it
Her
away.
and
They're
her
selling an
man,
experience.
it's
Oh, so they're like philanthropists.
Yeah, they're
Basically.
Philanthropists.
it's like couples bonding.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
can't always do dinner and a movie.
Right.
Sometimes someone has to fuck your wife.
Yeah.
Right.
I get it.
So we're making out, me and the girl.
Yeah.
Before
Mhm.
anyone gets any ideas.
This is in a bar.
Yes.
Hey, wait, hold on. You're skipping a lot of steps. Because she said, my boyfriend's right over there. He's watching us.
And
Yes.
what did you say?
Yeah, you left out a big gap. You went straight to
She
make
just
out.
went straight to kissing me, and I was just like, okay.
You didn't be like, all right, wait. He's right behind me, right?
No, like she pointed at him, and then he's just there, like minding his business.
Did he wave?
No, he's just minding his business. He's not. He's like acting like he can't.
And
see
you
me.
are his business now.
I guess
because
I'm
you're-
his business.
Yeah.
I'm part of his.
And he was
business.
ready to do his business.
He's
I mean, I
ready to
guess
mind
so.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then
He was about to
'cause
train Eddin.
I needed the confirmation too. Like I was like, let me see your phone if this is true then. And then like even the thread was weird. It's like 2 p.m. and then she's like, "Cuck tonight," and he just says, "Yeah."
Hey, they sound like a couple that communicates well.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, if they could do something like that, I can't. I would be able to muster.
It
up
would have been
something
funny if
like
you just did Cuck question mark.
that. It was question mark. That's literally all it was. There was no full on
You feeling
combo.
cucky tonight?
And then I didn't see the part where like, why was I suggested? Because I was kind of honored. Like, come on.
Mhm.
I don't think he was threatened by you.
Well,
but, like,
no.
she's
of
not
course not.
adding another body. You already fucked her.
I was the body already.
I could see it.
Oh, so
But
this was somebody you already had a
Oh, yeah.
relation. Oh, okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
well, is there some type of gay undertone? I'm asking. Like, if you're sitting with your girl and I'm not king shaming, wouldn't it be weird if you're like, no, not that guy?
He looked like he got some shit.
Like, does he have to be into the dude, even if
I
he's
thi-
completely
I think-
straight
I
and
think-
doesn't?
I think it almost has to be, right? Because you're getting turned on by your wife
Doing it.
having sex with another guy. So you would probably pick a guy that you feel like would fuck your wife, like would fuck her really good.
Mhm.
Fuck her the way that you want her fucked.
Yeah, like you want to watch your wife get fucked.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm
Again,
saying?
I was flattered when I found
Because your
out.
makeout game is crazy.
Oh yeah.
Quick question. Of what heritage were these people?
heritage.
If you wanted to guess what
Yo,
what their
Did they hail from the
nationalities
Caucasus
are.
Mountains?
yeah, they were from the mountains of Caucasus for sure. We know where they came from, the coldest region of the world, the Caucasus Mountains, where it is winter
Where
for
they
9
cuck-
months
they
out
cuck
of
in
the
the
year.
Caucasus.
They cuck-
It is dark for 9 months
Yeah.
out of the year. You know what their heritage is. Fucking white.
They're all Latino.
They were Latin?
Yeah.
Really?
They were white Latin though.
Were they
right?
like the
No.
whites? Like they
They were
hail from
Dominican?
Barcelona?
Spanish.
They weren't Dominican.
No.
Puerto Rican.
I feel like I'd be giving away too much if I said what their nationalities were. But they were
Why?
Mexican.
Okay. Well, we know a lot of
Oh,
Mexicans,
they-
so it doesn't narrow it down.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Okay. All right. Well, that makes sense.
We
I
eventually
mean,
go outside. We're making out more across the
Mhm.
street in the park.
Any second base action in this
Oh,
makeout?
Yeah, I mean, like that was kind of. I was kind of accepting the whole thing going on at that moment.
slow down, Eddie. So, because listen, we gonna have a great time today. Let me just tell you. So we
I wanted to talk about my auntie being a man.
yeah, no, we're gonna get to that. Don't hold on. So, how do you go? What happens from the bar to the park? Like he followed y'all out of the bar?
So by the time I actually looked over, he left.
Okay,
Right.
so he just vanished.
He just vanished because I
Okay.
guess when I was kind of looking at the thread and then
He
he just
nutted already?
disappeared. Yeah. What? Yeah. Right. Maybe he already got off from that.
Yeah,
And I was like, okay, we could go outside and talk more. We were going to go
yeah.
talk more.
You're going to suck some titties in the park, I get
Right.
it.
But then something in my head was still kind of like, there's something weird about this. Because next thing I know, he's gonna like stab me or something.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I would have done. But go ahead.
We're making out.
I saw that Law and Order episode.
Yeah, yeah.
I kind of stop and I'm like, wait, hold on. This is something weird about this. Like, I kind of don't believe it.
The Bud Lights were wearing off?
Basically.
Yeah.
And the Tullamore dude.
You like, why me?
Yeah, why me?
Yeah.
Right? You don't have to do this.
Yeah. I told the stripper that one time in Atlanta.
How did that go?
I was like, you don't have to do this. She was beautiful. But go ahead.
I didn't get to the
No,
climax,
did-
please. Literally.
I mean, I didn't get to the climax is the point.
So you didn't fuck her.
No, I did not fuck.
You second guessed too much. She was like, you asked too many fucking questions.
So I was like, can you tell him to come over here? So she calls him and goes, babe, actually he wants to see you real quick. Is that okay? And then I'll hear, whatever. He talks on the phone. He comes. He approaches us. Not comes.
Did he bring flowers? Like, how did
No, he's just like he looked like a tall, goofy version of me. So I guess just a tall me. Yeah. Yeah, with glasses.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like emo hair, kind of.
Okay.
And I'm like, you're okay with this? He said, yeah. I'm like, are you sure? He said, yeah. Okay, cool. He walks away. She was like, I'll meet you at the car. Apparently there's a car. He goes back to the car. We make out again. And then I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to go home. This is a lot for me.
So you punked out.
Hell yeah.
You told this long ass story just to say you punked out.
You wasted their good ass cuck night.
Right.
They were preparing all
And
day
I
just
think
for you
you
to
did
get
the right thing. I think that car was going to be the last time we would have saw you.
That's what my
I
friend
think they would
said.
have taken your kidneys and put them on the black market. You look like a healthy Mexican warrior, an Aztec warrior. They were going to take you and take your fucking organs, and they were going to put them on.
To Mexico.
They were going to put them on the black market, and we would never have seen you again. So you did the right thing, Eddin. You can't always go with the cuck. Sometimes you got to go home. Just go home.
Would it have been worth it if you beat and then they killed you? Because that would have been really rude if they just killed him.
So then we rescheduled for another time.
A cucking time or just y'all two?
A cucking time.
Okay.
+1.
Wait, so a
like
foursome.
girl. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so it would be the four of y'all.
Yeah.
Got you.
So he was going to watch y'all have a threesome.
I think everyone was
I
going to
think we
participate.
were all going to be involved, except like me and him together.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. So you were going to bring
You
like
guys
a
had
girl?
great chemistry when he walked
Well, she
up.
was going to bring another girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eddin, you really out
never
here.
happened.
You getting pussy, is what you're telling me.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I think it's the horrible decision stink he has on.
this was way before Horrible Decisions.
Yeah,
But it
been
makes
that guy.
sense
Are you
more
kidding
'cause
me?
I
This is
worked with
Bronx
them.
finest right here.
I told my cuck story on Horrible Decisions. The first time it went on. Not when it was you and I. I've told y'all that story, right?
No.
Not on this show.
I said it on Horrible Decisions. I'll tell the very quick version here since we just had to relive Eddin's cuck night.
It was a hell of a
I wasn't
hell
the
of a
cut,
night,
by the
Eddin.
way. Just making sure.
I was I think working at Def Jam at the time, and there was an artist from Ohio, I won't say his name, that was in town and had a bunch of his crew, and I was the young person in the office, like, take him out. So we went out somewhere, I think like on Bleecker Street or whatever, and there was just a crew of just Ohioans, if that's what they're called. And I
Call
was
them, Cavaliers. Good.
yes, all of the Cavs were in the bar. I think we were at the Village Lantern or some shit. VL, rest in peace.
Yeah.
And one girl was on her way out that was part of the crew and was like, hey, I'm staying up in Midtown, like, come to the hotel. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I stayed at the bar for a little bit and I text her because I'm ill
Mm-hmm.
and was like, yo, WYD,
Mm-hmm.
WYA.
Okay. All right.
So I go up to the hotel. I sit in the lobby for a little bit, which I thought was kind of weird. I was like, oh, maybe she's just freshening up.
Yeah. In the powder room is what they call it.
So she comes down to the lobby with the key. We go up, get into her hotel room. She gets right fucking to it, starts giving me head, had like the lingerie shit under. So I was like, oh, that's why she was taking long. She was getting ready for the god that she
Oh,
just
yeah.
met. Like,
yes. I love a costume.
just couldn't handle my alabaster skin.
Yeah.
Had to get right to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I see the bathroom door start to creak.
Oh no! See where I'm
And then
from?
the first thing I thought was I'm being set up
Yeah.
from all these people from Cleveland.
Yeah.
Like Bone Thug's about to come out of that fucking bathroom.
LeBron is in the bathroom. Yeah.
Busy and Crazy Bone was
Yeah.
coming out that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a dude with an iPad like coming out. So I immediately, and I don't know if I can get canceled for this, I pushed her head off of me for my own safety.
Mhm.
And then he was like, yo, chill, it's fine. Like, this is my wife. This is what we're into. Like, I just wanted to film you fucking her. I'm like, man, give me that fucking iPad. I'm deleting that video. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
What? This is really a true story,
On my mother's life.
bro. That is some sick shit. How you just walk out the bathroom with an iPad?
With the iPad.
Like he don't have a smaller camera. First of all,
just and like two hands, like he was at
like the fucking limousine drivers at the fucking at the pickup at the bag pickup. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Wait,
bro?
was his dick out?
No, he was fully clothed.
Okay.
And no, he was like, I just want he continued to talk when I was trying to grab the iPad to delete the video. He's like, nah, it's cool. Like, I just want to watch you fuck her. Like, I'll just be over here filming. I'm like, no.
That's
delete.
crazy.
Oh,
Getting the
Rory,
fuck out of
stop
here.
being vanilla.
You wanted them to film Rory, then he'll be plastered all over the dark web?
No, he could have just said delete it. You don't have to
Probably
film,
the
but you
white
can
web.
watch.
I'm not comfortable with some strange man behind me while I'm fucking.
my ass is in the open. like
yeah, like
I want no nigga in the room while I'm butt naked. Are you kidding me?
like, and now I'd have to case the room while I'm fucking. I don't want to do that. Like, where's he at?
yeah, like I'm not even.
Like,
where's the cameraman?
Yo, put your hands where I can see him.
Yeah, where's the camera guy? Yeah, that's some. I listen. I get it. And we started this podcast talking about sex already. That's probably another letter on bingo card. Sex.
Oh yeah, this is the
But,
longest podcast in the world.
That's just wild. I know people are into like crazy shit, but
Well, that was a violation though. One, you didn't
Oh, no,
tell
yeah.
me.
Yeah, you didn't.
You
tell.
hit someone in the bathroom, and then you started filming me without.
My consent.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
a little. That's
They
crazy.
was gonna sell that on Reddit.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't nobody then at all.
No,
but that could have resurfaced now.
They were gonna film you and then take your organs as well and
Back
make
to
beautiful
Ohio.
Strawberry blonde kids. That's what they were gonna do.
Mom, you seem to have a thing with people getting their organs taken. Is that like a fear of yours?
It's not a fear. I know that it happens.
It definitely happens.
Yeah. That's all.
That's my biggest fear whenever I'm in Ubers is that like somebody, because I'm like, they're not gonna, I'm a little old now, like I'm old milk. They're not gonna like sell me for like sex trafficking. They're gonna take my organs.
I was talking to my homegirl this weekend, and she told me something that I was like, it kind of bugged me out about that women really, when they're getting out of Ubers at night and walking to their apartment or walking to their house, like women really have like a fear.
We're terrified.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Bro,
Every time.
that really fucked me up. Like, cause you don't really, we don't think about that. And
Yeah.
I'm like, word. She's like, yo, that's a real fear for women. Like walking to the building after we get out of Uber, like walking to the car, getting in the Uber. Shit that, guys, we just be on our phone. We
Yeah, I
ain't
just
thinking
be on
like,
TikTok,
homie,
like,
you
chilling.
pull something in this nigga, you gonna get hurt. But for women, it's like, damn,
know,
you don't
even-
really think about that.
Even with like Uber Eats and Postmates and Seamless and all that shit,
There'll be some creeps.
she'll answer the door. The delivery dude will be a creep and realize like, oh, you're
You're here by
attractive
yourself.
and you're by yourself. Yeah, that terrifies women. Rightfully so. I get it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I encourage all women to have some type of mace, taser, something
Mhm.
with them at all times, man, for these fucking weirdo creeps that are out here walking around. It's just sad that women really do have to like feel that way,
driver.
getting in an Uber and getting out, going into their
Oh, I know.
apartment. Like that shit it's crazy, man. But
I know women that have a whole system with their group chat and their friends. They all have each other's
Right.
locations. They all say, hey, I'm getting an Uber
Yeah.
right now and I'm going here.
yeah,
Whenever we're like in LA or out of town or anything like that, I always send Rory my location. Like,
Mhm.
just so you
Just,
know.
just not
like,
when she out here though.
where-
she makes sure she cut that off. You get that alert.
Mm, she's
Demaris
safe
is
over
no
here.
longer allowing.
Demaris, stop sharing locations
She's
with
not
you.
sharing locations with you.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, and ladies, check the back seats if you are in a big Uber. This is the number one thing. When you get in the car, check the back seat. That is a huge thing.
Yeah, make sure
Because it
keep your
takes
shit in
5
your
seconds
hand.
for someone
Keep a
to
knife, or
chloroform you.
Mm.
taser, something, man. All women, man. It's sad that we even have to say that, but it's crazy.
I think an all woman car service would be cool. I mean, it would just probably litter the streets with accidents because it'd be more women driving. But other than that, I think it'd be safer for women if there was some type of like Uber service just for like women drivers, women like.
See, but when I order Uber
Oh, but then
Black,
gender gets involved.
yeah,
I'm
when
sorry.
I order Uber
I'm not
Black and
progressive.
they don't open my door, I get pissed. Like, shorty, this is Uber Black. I don't care if we both women. You gonna come open my door,
mm.
and I'll stand right by it.
Wait,
We
you
gotta
have
get
them
it
open
wrong.
your
When
door,
you get
Uber
Black,
Who
you wait
are
for
you?
someone to open your door?
Yes.
What?
What do you think Rory and Maul are paying for when I order it? Yes, you're gonna get up and you're gonna
You
open
order
my
Uber
back
Black?
door. Yes.
That's like double the price.
Well, you see,
I took the train here.
and then your
So
last
did
day.
I.
And his last day was
I stood clear of the closing doors. No one opened the door for me. It's
Yeah, I just
fucking
leaned on
crazy.
it. Yeah, I leaned on it. Welcome to another episode of the new Rory and Maul. I am Maul,
I'm Demaris.
and we are back after a weekend of experiences and life and bills and
Mhm.
headaches and trauma and
You know.
depression and
Life.
grief and life.
We learned another fun fact. So I think there's 3 episodes in a row. We found out Steven Spielberg directed Color Purple.
Mm-hmm.
We found out Maul is indeed Puerto Rican.
Mm-hmm.
No idea.
Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican.
Mm-hmm. And we found out today that Maul's godfather is Earl the Pearl. You just be keeping shit from us, bro.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
No.
How the fuck would we know?
I didn't go to your christening. No, I don't know.
I feel like I told you that years ago, though. I feel like we was having a conversation about basketball or something. I don't know.
Well, how's James doing?
James.
Isn't his real name like James Monroe?
No. Yo, can we talk about that? Because that's a real thing, like Bill's being William. It's like if somebody says William, like, who the fuck are y'all talking about? Oh, no, Bill.
Yeah.
That's fucking Bill. That's not William, man. What are you, like, who comes up with that? But he's great. I haven't spoken to him in a while. I said I got to go see him and pull up on him, but he's doing good, though.
We give you so much shit for Rockefeller. I didn't know you just had the Earl the Pearl card chilling.
Can you guys explain who that is for our younger listeners?
One of the greatest guards of all time, NBA history. One of the greatest collegiate players. I just sound like no, but it's true. One of the greatest collegiate players. One of the greatest guards in NBA. Top 50. Well, top 75 now, but top 50 player.
Jesus Shuttlesworth is actually named after him.
Yeah.
Thank you.
From Maryland. B. Moore. Well, from Philadelphia. But he played
like
for the
one
Baltimore
hell of
Bullets.
Okay. I'm like
the Baltimore Bullets at that time. This is way back. Damn, Baltimore Bullets.
I'm not that old.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I mean, obviously, I'm not that old, but yeah.
You're like Supersonics old.
Supersonics?
I'm Supersonics old, yes. That's me.
Yeah, I remember the Supersonics.
I'm Charlotte Bobcats old.
I'm Charlotte Bobcats.
Remember the Charlotte Bobcats?
I'm Mike on the Wizards old.
That was disgusting. Mike on the Wizards was disgusting.
He made the All-Star game.
Of course he did. He's Michael Jordan. He's the greatest player ever.
And then drafted.
But I'm just
probably
saying he was
number
never
one pick of all
supposed to
time.
wear that Wizards jersey, bro. Like, we was never supposed to see Mike in a Wizards jersey. That's just
It sold a lot, though.
It's Mike. Anything is going to sell, but it's just like, no, he wasn't supposed to be a wizard. A wizard? No.
He probably had some gambling debt that they just discovered after retirement.
Yeah, Mike, you got to play another 3 years to pay this off.
In D.C.
Yeah.
He had some gambling debt.
So how was your weekend, bro?
It was cool. I just did, my mom was here for the whole weekend. We started on my guest bedroom. It was, one of those adulting.
Okay, that's good, though. That feels good to see the progress and everything coming together.
Yeah, I just did Target, Raymore, Flanagan, IKEA. I can't go to any more of these stores, so I'm going to lose my fucking mind. And on a Saturday and a Sunday.
Yeah.
And with a middle-aged Irish woman on top of all the chaos that happens at those stores on a Saturday. It was a lot. Yeah. It was one of those. And then I had to carry everything. Obviously.
Of course. Moms just pick things out, throw them in the cart.
And like, who's carrying all this? And who's paying for it?
You.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a chill weekend for me, man. Saw some friends, saw some family. Just real chill, laid back. I wasn't gonna go out of town, but I was like, you know what, let me stay home and
those are necessary.
Just getting the crib together, things like that. Do things while I got time in New York to just, enjoy myself. So
I know my mother is getting older, which that's always a weird feeling when you realize your parents are getting older.
Mm-hmm.
But what really had it set in this weekend is my mom is starting to do what like children do. Like when we'll just drive past something, she'll just say it out loud. Mm-hmm. Like there's no context to like we'll just say Wendy's. Yeah. And she'll just do that.
It's been there for 30 years. That one has been there.
I'm like, oh gosh, she's getting old. Cause she just be yelling out shit we're passing. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah, my mom is she's been at that point for a while. Like it's funny, but it's like it's a life. Yeah. It's like now I have to take care of my mom. Like this is crazy.
Yeah. It was an interesting weekend. Yeah. IKEA is insane for my 32-year-old niece. Because you can't really, once you're in the maze, you can't get out. Yeah. Like that shit is.
You have to buy something in order to get out. That's part of
for sure
with IKEA. They don't let you out the door unless you buy something.
And then that with my patience and the amount of families that were in there with children who look at IKEA as a playground, which I get. I'm 32 and kind of do.
Yeah.
And my mother can only walk so fast. I'm just happy to be with everyone today.
Mm-hmm.
Is your mom at that age where she yells to random kids, be careful?
Yo, for sure. She's done that all the time, though.
I'm like, Mom, that's not your child. Leave that kid alone. Be careful. Now Her father is fucking 6'5", 300 pounds. Now look who I gotta have a conversation with.
That was always my mother. My mother was, hey, get off of that. Get off of that. Get down. Sit down. Like,
it
just
takes
like
a village,
that.
is what they say, right? It takes a village to raise.
I'm that same way too now. Like, as I grow up, I realize, like, when I see kids doing shit they ain't got no business, I don't just get down now. Like,
Yeah, the now is where it's letting you know that you are approaching the danger zone. And
The danger zone.
Yeah, the danger zone. Next is going to become physical after the now.
So my mother picked coral as the color for my guest bedroom, right?
I'm so excited.
Which I'm not mad at. I think with the gray and everything, the coral look nice. So I'm like, yeah, Mom, I'm with coral. Let's just not go too pinkish with the coral.
Yeah.
Because, you know.
How far off
still
is
a
it
thug.
from mall sweater?
Far. It's more like that light than anything.
Oh, okay.
And of course, when I walk into Target, I didn't know Target is now sponsored by the color coral.
Is that
The entire bedding department at Target now is coral.
That's their spring palette.
So it wasn't like I could just run in and grab the first comforter that was there. We went through every last sheet, every last combination. I think that's probably why I'm not built for marriage. Because I could never imagine having to do that every day.
Well, when you're married, I think that they automatically do that. Like, but they once they have their name and access to the credit card and the account, you never see women again shop.
That's true.
You just see shit at the door. Like, what is this?
Fuck it.
And who paid for this?
Amazon just keeps ringing.
Yeah, it's like, yo, what is this now? What room does this
you got
go
Amazon
to?
on retainer. Like,
yeah, it's like, what is this shit? But
I don't sound like I'm complaining. It was a fun bonding time with me and my mom. It was cool to work on something together. I loved it. I don't want to sound like I'm complaining. It's just starting to realize shit as your parents get older.
And you have to prepare yourself mentally. Like, you have to become very patient. You have to become very understanding. You have to become very, like, you have to seem engaged in the conversation. Yeah, no, Mama, this is great. This color would go great with that. I don't care. Let's get the fuck out of it. Get the shit and let's go. But you have to seem invested and engaged with your mom because, again, those are the moments that, you'll cherish.
And I love now that both my parents were always mad when I would be on my phone. Now they're both kind of like leaning more into technology now. Like my dad has an iPad and shit. They both have iPhones.
Yeah.
So all those years, my mother was yelling at me because I wasn't engaged with whatever our conversation was because I was on my phone. I now get my get back. So the entire time we were in Target and she would like look at her phone because now she does the iPhone thing.
Yeah.
Like, can you pay attention, please? Get off your phone. You're addicted to that thing.
Yeah.
I'm taking it away for 3 hours.
Is the font like crazy big?
So
the text? Like you can read the text from over there?
Good morning is like a whole scroll.
The font on my mom's phone is crazy. I'm like, the letters don't have to be that big.
Listen, I joke with my dad. I'm like, you couldn't cheat if you wanted to.
That's hilarious.
The whole block can read your phone right now.
All moms go through that. That's some funny shit.
Let's start off by saying prayers to the victims of the Buffalo shooting.
Yes. Prayers and condolences to the entire community.
Yeah.
Our
up in Buffalo. All of the families affected, our prayers and thoughts are with you all. It's just such a tragic something as innocent and routine as grocery shopping. And I thought about my mom a lot in that moment because that's something that my mom does every Sunday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She goes to the grocery store and pick up a few things, like, and to know that a lot of these individuals were doing that same thing, going to the store. They had plans to cook later on and sit down with their family, and then something like this, just a random act of terrorism, a random act of hate, and lives are lost for what? Just because somebody decided they hate people so much, and today is the day where I'm just going to destroy families forever. Like that, it's just such a selfish and horrible thing that people have to deal with when it comes to shit like that. And something needs to be done immediately with these gun laws.
I just don't understand how an 18-year-old that's already been diagnosed as mentally ill, has already threatened to shoot up his school, gets an automatic rifle.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how
this has to be, and I do believe that the Supreme Court is supposed to make a decision almost like immediately or soon about gun laws.
I would hope so.
Because this is something that, I just don't even understand how anybody that is in control of gun laws in this country could see this and not feel like, okay, we have to make sure that this never happens again. We have to do everything that we can to ensure that something like this will never happen again. Like this is it's there's nothing else to even protest about, march about. It's like, listen, get these fucking guns out of here, ban them. Whoever is caught with these type of guns, automatic life sentence in prison. You have to go that harsh.
Hell yeah.
With these laws, because those are killing machines. Those are war weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Like to just walk into a grocery store and just gun people down like that.
It's not hunting. It's not
it's
collecting. It's just a fucking murder weapon, not a protection weapon.
Yeah, it's made to kill
in mass quantities.
Yes.
So it's something that we have to get rid of these. We have to get rid of these guns. We have to get rid of these guns. We have to protect each other more than this. Nobody needs that gun on the streets in these neighborhoods. Like that has to be. This has to go away immediately. Like they need to make a decision and get these fucking guns out of here, because this is not. If this continues, we'll be talking about this again.
Yeah,
and
We're
that's the sad
talking
part.
about it.
Yeah, it's like
constant.
This is just like enough is enough, man. Like these guns, nobody needs these weapons. Nobody needs these weapons. So prayers, condolences to the families. I can only imagine, what they're going through to lose a loved one like that, and then, have the world see it. It's like it's just so unfortunate. And again, just all we can offer is our prayers and just continue to pray for these families, because this is something that these images and this this feeling is going to be with them forever. So
yeah.
I made the mistake of watching the video on accident, just not even knowing, just scrolling through my timeline, and I clicked it. I didn't know what it was. And that shit completely changed the course of my entire day and the next couple of days. People, please stop sharing that video.
I fortunately did not see it. Thank God.
I saw the beginning of it, only because, again, like Demaris said, I didn't know what it was. My homeboy sent the video, and
that's how I usually watch these videos. I don't know what they are.
And I just clicked it, and I'm seeing somebody driving, and I'm like, what is this? I didn't know what it was. And as soon as tragically he kills the first victim, I closed that shit. I said, yo, bro, I can't. What is that?
Yeah. I didn't even know. I thought I was watching like somebody playing a video game. Like I felt like I was watching somebody play Call of Duty.
It looks fake. It looks like there's no way this really is. This is real.
It was insane.
You know what I mean? And that's just bro. That's a tragedy, man. That's a tragedy to lose people like that. Like that is really, really, really sickening and horrible that happened to these families and these people. But again, man, it's something that has to be done.
Targeted.
Yeah, you drove 3 hours,
wrote a whole manifesto.
To go kill poor Black people. Like,
and was taken without,
of course.
Oh, you already know that.
And it's just
gently put in a car.
It's unfortunate, man. But
and I still saw on Fox and other outlets still trying to find ways to flip it. Like, no, there's no question. He wrote exactly why he did it.
Of course. Like, you can't, this is not one of the situations where we have to guess and piece things together. We know what it is. He said it. It's on the gun. It's in, like you said, manifesto things. He had a conversation with people days prior. This is what he was
screaming racial slurs during it.
This is what he meant to do.
Fox News, they had a headline with like a 2-3 minute video. What constitutes a hate crime? Like, I mean, I think this one hits
this one covers everything.
The box.
This covers everything.
And it was like an actual debate. If this was like,
there's no, people will debate anything, but this is, come on, we know what this is. Just cut it out, change these gun laws, get these guns off the streets, ban these fucking weapons, and let's just make sure that families don't have to go through nothing like this again. And this is insane.
It happens everywhere too. Like before, I would feel like it would be, a lot of major cities or super small towns.
Mm-hmm.
It's rural cities, small cities, medium cities, big cities, church, work, grocery store, mall, concert. Like every last place has been hit with this mass shooting shit, and no one thinks maybe something should change.
As a white male, Rory, in America, how does seeing something like this make you feel, especially because you're someone that has so many different friends from different cultures, Black, whatever. Like you're a person that people know is generally, you just love people. But as a white man in America, when you see things like this, how does that make you feel?
I can only be empathetic in it because I don't know what that experience is like or what that fear would be like. So it's really empathy, and I guess support is the best way to go about it. Also, I in situations like this, feel like sometimes we should shut up and let the people, the victims of what's happening, speak.
Mm-hmm.
Like, of course, I think white people should always speak up against racism. They shouldn't be quiet about it.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes for like reactions right after certain things are happening, it's not my place immediately to do so.
Mm.
Like the victims of that it's actually happening to can speak to this much better than my white ass can.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more so like listening in the beginning before speaking.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, after you listen, support. That's how I've kind of looked at so many of these things that have happened in the last few years. Like, of course I can see what's right or wrong, but it's not actually happening to me. I'm only outside looking in on it.
Right.
I can identify that that's terrible and awful and targeted, but I can't feel what that's like because they're not attacking me. If I were in that supermarket, I would have been scared. Like, oh fuck, there's somebody with a gun, but he would have walked past me. So there's a different level of me saying that's terrible and awful, but also benefiting off him being running past me to go kill someone of a different race. So it's empathy is what I can give, but I can't speak to it directly.
It's just crazy because, you know, that's part of the beauty of this is just we're different culturally, obviously, but alike in a lot of ways because we're from the same city. You know, we run around the same circles and the industry and things like that.
Eskimo brothers.
Yeah, you know. But it's like for you, that's your experience and how you feel. For me, I automatically go into protective mode.
Yeah.
Like now I don't want my mom going to the grocery store. I don't want my sister going to the grocery store. I don't want my nieces going. You know what I mean? I don't want my nephews going because it's kind of like we know that black people were targeted.
Yeah.
So now it's like we go into protection. You go into empathy, you know, listening, trying to understand. But like you said, you know that it wouldn't affect you because had you been in the grocery store, he would have walked right past you.
Yeah. And I saw a few people talking about like, oh, well, white people are killed in mass shootings all the time. I'm like, all right, well, you have to have some common sense and see the difference in the two. With so many of mass shootings that involve white people, and, you know, they'll throw the stat out there like more white people were killed in mass shooting than black. It's like, all right, dog, this mass shooting was specifically targeted because of the race they were. Now, in other mass shootings, these people were specifically targeted at school because they were bullies. They weren't white bullies or like they weren't black, but they were just bullies. So they killed them off the strength of bully, not race. What was in Colorado with the movie theater? He was just a very mentally ill person too involved in the Batman movie. He didn't go there and target a specific group. They just happened to be there. So there's a large difference between a mass shooting that is directed with a manifesto saying, I'm going to kill black people because of this stupid conspiracy theory shit I read on YouTube, and someone being mentally ill and just spraying into a concert festival. Whoever gets hit. Like it's different. And that's why I hate the people that are doing it intentionally. They're not stupid people. They're smart people. That's why they're trying to compare statistics of how many white people were killed in mass shootings and why is this a race thing? Because it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those other things those mass shooting things are not related to race. Anyone that was there is getting killed. Or directly, these people did this to me at school, so I'm killing them. It's not a race thing. It's a mental illness thing and a gun thing when it comes to that stuff. Now, this is a mental illness thing, a gun thing, and racism.
Yeah. And, you know, I put all of that into mental health. I think racism is mental health. It's all of that is, you know, it's people are out here sick and they need help and they need, you know, they need to be, I guess, you know, put somewhere where they can get help. But the bottom line is, you know, this is an act of terrorism. This is a white supremacist killing minorities, black people. And, you know, again, this country, this government, they have to do something to protect us, to protect the people. And just, again, make sure that something like this absolutely does not and it cannot happen again. Like this is, you know, we're too forward in progression in other areas, you know, technology and, you know, financially, you know, people are making money, building businesses and things like that, ownership, and we're still dealing with things like this. You know, it's time to step up, make changes, make effective changes immediately, and make sure that this doesn't happen again. And that's just the bottom line. There's nothing to march, protest about. You know, this, we have to do something. This has to change.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom line, change these fucking gun laws, ban these weapons, and let's move forward in society and start to heal and move in a better direction. But this shit like this can't happen again.
Yeah. On a lighter note, switching gears, Billboard Awards. I didn't watch it purposely. I don't really have much interest in it.
I didn't watch it. I like the fact that Diddy hosted and executive produced it.
Okay, see, I didn't even know that. Maybe I would have watched it. I know that.
I do like that. I didn't watch it, but I saw some of the clips of the performances online. I saw that Drake won everything.
Well, here's the thing with that.
It was a Drake honoring night.
Is it? And I should know this, but I've just never cared for the Billboard Awards. Do people just watch for performances? Because there's no like debate on who can win. It's just
like you know who.
It's the statistics.
Yeah. That's why I said I like the fact that they let Puff executive produce it. I think they're trying to make it to where, and that's actually a good idea to let whoever's hosting every year, whoever with the artists, maybe let them executive produce it as well.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like this is just a way to kind of.
It's my birthday party.
Yeah, it's kind of like, yo, let me put this together visually. Let's get these people to perform and things like that. But I didn't watch it, but it looked like it was dope. I saw Tiana Taylor. She looked great as usual.
Bingo card.
Meg looked great. Saw some of her performance.
I saw some clips of it.
And we had a wardrobe malfunction with the City Girls with JT. She told everybody to relax. She had black panties on. You know,
it could have been intentional.
Well, the way that dress was cut, it's, you know, you start moving around, walking, too much, things shift, and you know, people are down in the pit, you know, and you're kind of up. People can look up and see, you know, it's you know how it is.
Where does it rank in wardrobe malfunctions? Janet being probably number one. I'm told Jesse Williams is coming up in a strong number 2.
That was not a wardrobe malfunction. It was a wardrobe that was done purposely.
Yeah.
Amen.
Just got his dick out on stage?
Yeah, I'm taking time off to go see him on Broadway too.
You all need Jesus.
You know, I tried that same thing a few years ago just to be naked in the window. Just, you know, they called the police on me. Like, it wasn't like a mass viral
I think that's
moment.
actually a crime.
Yeah, it's like, but Jesse gets to stand on Broadway butt naked and it's art.
Well, he was like Othello or something, so it was different.
I got to change my
name.
Death
of a Salesman or something.
Yeah. Why you thought he was Othello?
I don't know. I actually don't remember the story of Othello. Did I make a remark that I shouldn't have?
What? Didn't Mekhi Phifer play Othello?
Yes, but it was called O.
Oh.
Can we? All right, we need homework.
This is your last day here. This is your last day here. I promise you this is your last day here.
Homework for next episode. Everyone go back and watch O so we can break down O.
Bet.
Okay.
It's a classic, funny. But it's a terrible classic.
Yeah.
And isn't Julia Stiles in it?
Yes.
Why is she always in an interracial relationship?
Is Julia Stiles
Someone's
married now?
Either teaching her how to play basketball, how to dance. Like Julia Stiles
is really married to a black man in real life, that's just hilarious.
Method acting.
Ready? Is Julia Stiles? He is a white man, Mr. Preston Cook.
Yeah, that's the whitest name I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah,
so now she is Julia Cook.
So she is a really good actress, then.
Yeah, absolutely. She loves black
pretending
people
to love these niggas
on camera.
I didn't say that to Demaris.
You guys want to know the winners from this?
No, we all know who won.
Drake won everything.
Let me just reiterate my fucking point that I made with the Grammys. They keep putting Doja Cat in R&B fucking categories, and she's taking awards from actual R&B acts.
Doja Cat is not R&B.
Why is she in R&B? She wouldn't say she's in R&B.
She was nominated in almost every category, and she only won in the R&B categories, taking it away from Summer, and that's not fair. It's so fucked up.
I felt the same way about Lizzo, but that year that happened too, because I didn't think she made an R&B album, and she took every fucking R&B award ever that year.
Yeah, and it's obvious racism. It's so it's like fucking obvious to a duck. Y'all will not let us be pop artists. It's so fucked up.
Yeah, it's
how is Doja not pop?
Yeah, I don't get that, and that is, you know, what Demaris said is 100% accurate. That is unfortunate for artists like Summer Walker, because Summer Walker had a phenomenal album. She, like I was telling Rory, the numbers her first 2 or 3 weeks were, I think, only Beyonce at the time.
That's crazy.
had numbers like that. And then Adele came a few months after and obviously did what Adele does. But just the fact that Summer as an R&B artist had that year and had that project that was amazing. Like she should be, you know, Doja, listen, love Doja. I think she's a great artist. I think she's a lot more talented than I thought at first, and I believed at first. But she's not R&B.
Not even close.
Yeah, it's just not R&B.
What do they put Adele in?
Adele is R&B as well.
I'm not as mad as Adele being
Adele
R&B.
makes
No,
more
this
sense.
last album was pretty R&B.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
But I was curious if they put Adele in recent years in pop, because that's kind of crazy.
I'm
If
pretty
Doja
sure
Cat is in
Adele has
R&B and Adele would be in pop.
I'm
but
pretty sure Adele has won Grammys in pop.
So they
For sure.
nominated Doja in the pop categories, but they didn't give it to her. They gave it to Olivia fucking Rodrigo, who is the current Taylor Swift, and you know what I mean when I say that. But for Doja to win in it's like they just gave her the R&B. She has one R&B song. She doesn't make R&B.
Yeah,
I'd rather she be in rap.
That's not fair. Which is why we just need to.
I would put her in rap before I'd put her in R&B.
Yeah, we need to just create our own award show.
We have one.
And
Nobody goes.
What, the BET Awards?
Damn.
Nobody goes.
The Ambies.
The Ambies?
No.
What did you say? The Ambies? That's what I'm like, what is he talking about? I know I heard the Ambies. I'm not tripping. I'm like, wait, no, the Ambies are not ours. Like, let's
No, we lost.
we lost.
No, the BET Awards.
Yeah, but the BET Award, even the BET Awards is
it's white owned now though, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and it's not. We need like a real, you know, for the culture award show where
Source Awards.
the
Bring
committee,
that back.
something that feels like that, where the committee is like the current artists or like the legends, and they sit on the board and they like, oh, she had a great year, she deserves that, or he deserves this.
I think Puff would be the perfect person to lead that.
Yeah, like Puff, Hove, Beyonce, you know, those, Rihanna, Kanye, those artists, like, you know, design an award, design a statue, a trophy.
Call it the Dondas.
Whatever, something, you know, and let's do it to where it's like, you know.
That actually sounds like an award show.
Yeah, we salute our artists and our culture, and you know, you make it a weekend even, and then the award show is just the last day where it's just like we're all somewhere on an island, and you know, the award show is Sunday, and then we have a big ass party on the beach. Let's do some fly shit for the culture, man.
Yeah, or
I just think this time we have enough power and control and money and things like that to really just create our own, you know, our own award show. Because again, that's unfortunate for artists like Summer Walker, because she had an amazing album and she should have been rewarded for that. But
you know, speaking of Dondas, Kanye actually won top gospel artist.
Really?
Top gospel artist.
Who, Kanye's?
Kanye.
That would make sense.
Well, yay. Sorry.
Yeah, is that surprising?
No, and Christian artist.
Top
Christian,
Kanye,
that's
he would be the top. He could be the top artist. Period. And he also makes gospel, so he's gonna be
true.
He'll be up there.
But
yeah,
I'm sure a real gospel artist feels some type of way about that. But he did make a gospel album.
I would definitely be tight if I was been doing this gospel shit for real for a while, and then you just come in.
Absolutely. Which is why you have gospel awards, and, you know, country.
It was like when Michelle Obama got into podcasting. I was like, I've been doing this for so long.
Yeah. HR the fuck
now
up.
Michelle's gonna get everything.
So yeah, shout out to the winners, the nominees, the Billboard Awards. Shout out to Puff for doing a
to Mary J. Blige
visually. Shout out to Mary J. Blige, Icon Award. Mary J. Absolutely icon in every sense of the word. Stevie Wonder still has not been given a Lifetime Achievement Award from BET. Just want to put that out there.
You'll see it one day.
We're gonna start the petition for you, Mom.
Yeah, we have. Are you Stevie Wonder?
I know.
He had
Even the blind could see
he had 14 albums before he was 21 or some shit like that.
They're gonna get that shit to Trick Daddy before him.
Man, I will go to BET myself and say, listen, everybody on the board, we have to square up one by one. I'm fighting all of y'all if that ever happens.
Rory,
you don't think Trick deserves one?
Are you kidding me?
He's done a lot.
Are you kidding me?
Trick
Over
Daddy's
Stevie?
done a lot.
I'm not saying Trick didn't do a lot. Over Stevie? A Lifetime? Come on, man. We're not doing that, man. We can't do that. No. Enough is enough. Give
Trick
Stevie
has
the
lived a
goddamn
life,
award.
man.
And absolutely. But,
y'all ready to talk about this Kendrick album? Maul came ready.
Yo, man.
Born ready.
You know, I'm just glad that, you know.
Third eyes open?
Nah, man. It just feels good to have artists that still believe in freedom of speech and believe in, you know, I am an artist and this is art and I am art and this is what I do and I'm the best at it and But yes, I have trauma. I'm dealing with mental health issues. I'm dealing with addiction. I'm dealing with insecurities. I'm dealing with, you know, lack of love from family and, you know, generational depression and generational trauma and sexual abuse. And like you said, I am all of us, right?
Mhm.
So it's like, yeah, we all, no matter how much money you got, how much success you have, we all have our things that we deal with in life because nobody is exempt from, you know, the ups and downs of life.
Mhm.
And I think Kendrick did a beautiful job at expressing that and making it cool and saying it in a cool way, but teaching at the same time and trying to heal and, you know, just taking the Band-Aid off and addressing things. And, you know, this is how you deal with it. You got to address it and heal and move on, grieve. You got to, you know, talk to each other and support each other. 'Cause even him talking about his relationship with his wife and, you know, her being strong enough to ask him, like, do you have an addiction?
Yeah.
Like, why do you keep doing this? Like, just things like that, man. It's like, you know, it's like, shit, this is such a grown up adult. This is his Irish 444. You know, where he's being vulnerable, he's being accountable, he's addressing, you know, real things, but still giving us art. Like this to me is an audio book. This is not even really an album for me. I feel like he did such a great job at, you know, pulling from some of our, you know, most inspirational movies. You know, even the record with Taylor Page, is it Fuck You? Is that the name of that one?
That is We Cry Together.
We Cry Together. You know, that's inspiration from, you know, the movie Baby Boy and Poetic Justice. And, you know, but he's putting it in a way where it's like, okay, we do deal with this type of things and we disrespect each other. We hurt each other because we're hurt and we're going through things and we're dealing with insecurities and things like that. But, you know, talk about it, address it. And then, you know, hopefully you get to a place of healing and understanding and love, you know, ultimately is the deciding factor of this is my person, this is my wife, this is my husband, this is somebody that I can't live without. I don't want to do this life thing without them. This is my partner. You know, yes, we have our insecurities and we have our issues and we have things that we deal with that we don't necessarily talk about and address all the time, or we find not healthy ways to talk about it. We disrespect each other. You know what I mean? And it's like for Kendrick to do that and the way he did it, and, you know, I just think that this is him totally separating himself from any conversations or any, you know, lists or, you know, pack of where you think Kendrick belongs. He's a standalone artist. I don't think that you can really compare him to anybody anymore. If you were, I don't think that you can, you know, question him when he disappears, what he's doing. Like he's living life, he's healing, he's with his family, he's, you know what I mean? He's taking time for himself. And it's like, okay, he basically let us know in a very mature, adult, cool, artistic way, like, bro, I'm human. I just have a skill and a talent, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm an artist, but I'm human, you know what I'm saying? I hurt, I cry, I laugh, you know, like I'm missing out on things because I'm working and, you know, my family suffers, my lady suffers, my kids, you know, it's like, it's so many things that he put into this album and just the sound of it all, just blended different sounds and even the way it's mixed. It's like, you know, this is art. This is the epitome of an artist in a zone where it's like, we're privileged that he shared this skill with us and this talent with us. Like, it's impressive. I think that any artist has to be inspired from this. It's hard for a real artist to listen to this and not feel like it's, oh shit, like damn.
I was gonna say, after the first listen, my first thought was this should have been called Damn. Because my reaction at the end of it, I didn't have an opinion yet. I didn't have much. I just kind of had a sigh and was like, damn.
Yeah.
Like it felt like when I've even, and it's not even a negative thing, like when I've had really good therapy sessions, they still take a lot out of you. So like for the rest of the day, you're kind of like fatigued mentally.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a bad way with this album, but after that first listen, I was like, all right, I need a second.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a whole lot going on right now.
Even though We Cry Together record, like I've never gotten into a verbal argument with a woman like that. It was never that, like, you know, disrespectful. But just, you know, listening to that, it was like, damn, like that's a lot.
Mm.
And you know, I've seen it, you know, I got friends that have had arguments and things with their, you know, with their partners and stuff like that sometimes I'm around for, but you know, you kind of like, that's their business, you stay out of it.
Mm.
But now listening to an artist like, you know, do it like that, and it's just like, wow, like through all of that really is, you know, insecurities, love, and uncertainties, and, you know, emotions. But it's like, let's address it though. Like, let's get it all out, because we can't move forward because we have all these things in our mind and all these emotions bottled up, that we can't get to that place where it's like, damn, like we really love each other and we have a great time with each other. Like, so just hearing it like that was like, wow.
Well, halfway through that record, I was like, okay, I know Kendrick. He's super complex and does different angles. Like, he's about to rap her perspective after the fight, and then she's going to understand. And it just kind of just straight through went, nah, fuck you, until they started fucking. And then I was like, yeah, I guess it's probably better that there was no smart flip to this, because this is just how it goes.
It's how it goes. It's
just
usually
screaming and then fucking.
Yeah, screaming, yelling, get all this shit out. But it's like, damn, I love you though.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, and you know, it's toxic. It's, you know, but it's like, you know, love is real. It's like, you know, I'm insecure, and you know why, and I've cried, and I've told you things, and I've shared things with you, and now you're using those things to like stab me with them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, throw them in my face. You know, it's an unfortunate and unhealthy way to navigate the relationship, but it's a real way. And to me, that's what this album is. Just a real album. It's a raw, emotional, vulnerable, just dope ass fucking way to just put together music and art and deliver it to us, man. And that shit, you know, again, this to me, this is what you call, you know, we like to use the word classic and masterpieces and, you know, those type of, this is what you call a masterpiece, in my opinion. And again, in my opinion, it's just my opinion on music and things like that, and how we all look at art and receive art is different. But to me, this checks all of the boxes of, okay, this dude is one of one.
Oh, I completely agree with that.
This artist is one of one. There's not many that can do what he just did. And, you know, again, it was palatable. Even the record with Summer.
Oh, I love
that record. The record with Sanford.
I had told you guys when I came back from LA that I had heard that Summer record, and I couldn't stop talking about the hook, because I just thought that line was so brilliant. Yeah. Shut the fuck up when you hear love talking. Like, that shit is kind of like a reminder for when you're in a relationship. Like, all right, that's love. That's love. Even if it doesn't sound like love, that's love talking to me right now. Let me shut the fuck up. Which was perfect coming after that We Cry Together record.
Yeah.
Even though
the sequencing, everything, like I said, this is why, to me, and just my humble opinion, this is what we call a masterpiece. This was a masterclass in art, rapping, hip hop, you know, just pulling in from life and drawing inspiration from real events that's going on in your world and putting them all together in this, what I call audiobook, because Kendrick can go on tour with this album and he can literally this could be a Broadway play.
Yeah, fine.
Like, he can literally perform this as a Broadway piece. And, you know, it's just refreshing and dope to see that in a time where, you know, everything is like just for clicks and numbers, and it's not nothing that's really like sticks to the ribs and stands the test of time. That I'll always go back to this album and listen to it, just because I feel like if you're not there yet, as far as emotionally with a lot of these songs and things like that, one day you will. And it's like, those songs will resonate more. Like, oh shit, like,
that's where it's timeless.
You know what I mean? Like,
but that's also, I feel privileged to be around the exact same age as Kendrick and have grown up the same, damn near a year apart from his first album to this one, with very much similar experiences. Like, I'm glad I'm 32 listening to this album, because there's so much stuff that's currently resonating in my 32-year-old life. If I was 24, I wasn't emotionally mature enough. I'd probably be like, oh, this is cool. And I might even like some of the deeper therapy stuff at 24, but I wouldn't have connected to it very well. I was just like, oh, that's a cool perspective.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this album was great, man.
I do think We Cry Together is his Ratchet Happy Birthday, though.
Okay, I can see that. I can see that being his Ratchet Happy Birthday.
It's his Ratchet Happy Birthday.
Yeah.
Because we know Drake makes music for women to party to better than probably any artist ever. Kendrick, a lot would say, makes some of the greatest conscious music that you could still jam out to and still have replay value.
Mm-hmm.
Drake completely missed the mark on making a song for a woman to play at her birthday. And it skipped on the album. And we cried together. Yeah, I listened to it on the first go round. On the second go round and the rest of the weekend, I did skip that record.
Okay.
Same.
It was his conscious record that didn't hit.
It's a record that
I get it. It should be an interlude.
Did we cry together?
Yeah.
I agree.
And you could consider it one. It just didn't have the title of it.
It's such a raw song and raw emotions in that.
True.
That you almost can't listen to it every time you listen to the album.
Well, right. Well, also, it was her motherfucking birthday. Like, there's raw emotions and rat shit.
It's your
Yes. I don't ever want to hear you do that again.
It's
but
your
yes,
motherfucking birthday.
You're absolutely right. Auntie
Have a
Diaries.
ratchet happy birthday. Oh, sorry.
Please stop.
The Auntie Diaries record I thought was another record on here that's just like, wow.
Yeah, you would say Auntie Diaries, Mother I Sober, Father Time, Count Me Out. Purple Hearts would probably be like the undeniable. I know N95 is the first single.
Yeah.
But the ones I just named were the ones that, like, to me were different.
Yeah.
I love Savior in the Car. But yeah, Auntie Diaries. Speak to it.
Auntie Diaries, man. I mean, listen, we all have, family members that choose a lifestyle that we may not always understand and always, that's always uncomfortable to talk about. But again, Kendrick found a way to put it together and say it where it's like, exactly. That's exactly how I felt. That's exactly how I feel. That's exactly some of the things that I went through and I experienced. Like, but I don't care that my auntie's a man now. Like, I love her. I love him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just love. Like, grew up teaching me things, like sharing things with me, like just loving me, supporting me. Like, I don't care what the sexual preference is. I don't care about that. Like,
well, it spoke a lot. It spoke to the intelligent part of why cancel culture can be so destructive
and toxic. Yeah.
Because which he said perfectly. We all have used that word when we were in middle school.
Absolutely.
Like, that was a word.
It was a word in our culture. You go back and listen to some of our favorite rap songs, some of our favorite movies. Yes, it was acceptable.
Now, we learned that word is not an acceptable word. And we no longer use it. I know other people do use it, but we no longer use that because we had to learn and grow about it. And even with a lot of transitioning and gender identities and all that, that wasn't really something that was talked about in our environments, period. So yeah, sometimes they would get the butt of the jokes on stuff where us not really knowing how offensive that was to the person that may even be quietly transitioning and not even telling anyone. And we're using these words and they're taking it personally, even if our intent was not to be talking about any member of the LGBTQ community.
Right.
That's how we were raised. So now that we know and we don't use it anymore, I guess we're undeservingly asking for the grace of saying, hey, we really were raised to say that word and didn't realize how offensive it was. So please don't condemn me for something I didn't know and did way later on in my life.
Right.
Like, I admit I have used that word before. Once I realized that was not even with my intent, like, yo, I'm not talking about a gay person. So
right.
I had to learn that word was not appropriate and very fucking offensive. And as can be attached to actual violent acts. Like, it's a safety thing too. So I think Kendrick was putting it in the perspective of someone that grew up as any regular kid and didn't know. And then we learned.
Yeah.
And we want to be accepted too, that we were dumb and just saying shit we didn't understand. Don't condemn me as if I was intentionally using that word to say it to you to offend you or hurt you.
Right.
Which,
we're
again,
all human.
Doesn't make it right or excuse it, but it adds some understanding to it. And that's what I loved about the Auntie Diary.
Mr.Morale and the Big Steppers, to me, a masterpiece, a classic album.
Where does it rank?
A beautiful way to get out of cheating. Love it.
Where do you guys rank it in Kendrick's discography?
I don't know yet. It's too soon to tell. I still have Good Kid, Mad City at number 1.
I think this will be right after that.
Yeah,
for
I'm
me.
gonna have to live with it, and that includes like Section 80 and Overly
Right.
Dedicated. Or we
Yes.
just all right.
Yeah.
I think for me, just because of where he is, you know,
If you could just give me like your top 3 in order.
Good Kid, Mr. Morale, and I like Dan, bro.
It's up between Dan and Section 80, I think, for me.
Yeah.
I personally am Damn, Good Kid, Mr. Morale.
So what's interesting, I talked to a friend of mine who's a rapper. I won't say his name because rappers are sensitive.
Mhm.
And he was disappointed with the production on the album.
Really?
And I started talking to him, and he brought up Damn, obviously, because Damn is like a fucking masterclass in production. Like
Mhm.
Damn is kind of like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy in that it's like perfect.
Mhm.
It's just there's not a single flaw. It's like purposely the most high end music you can hear.
Mhm.
I don't think any of his messaging from this album would have worked over Damn production. So it's like,
right.
and
It's a
people
different
with
energy.
people with 444 complained a lot about the production, that it was a little slow and didn't.
Different energy.
I'm like, but yeah, how you get that type of shit off on the Damn beats?
Exactly. It's just different energy, and you know that, and that's not to say that Kendrick can't give you that, because he gave us that. He gave us an album where the production was it was undeniable.
Yeah.
I think this one, just the energy and where he's at in his life, this is the sound that it required. Some tracks on there was aggressive. The joint with Kodak is hard too. Silent Hill, love that record. I love the fact that Kendrick kind of like snatched Kodak and kind of
narrated it more or less.
Yeah, like, and because Kodak is one of those artists that I've always, spoken highly of, that I see the amazing talent in, if he can just get out of his own way.
Yeah.
So it's good to see somebody like Kendrick reach back and kind of like give him that stage and that platform, like, yo, you're special, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
And I feel like even like kind of stereotypically within hip hop, because the fan bases, I'm not even saying race related, but just the fan bases of like the real hip hop and like the conscious hip hop shit would look at Kodak without really giving him a chance and be like, that's not for me.
Yeah.
I can't understand him.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is going on? I like that Kendrick took Kodak, knowing Kodak probably has a lot of the same experiences in his life that Kendrick does,
Absolutely.
but from a different point of view. It's from a Southern point of view. And you can highlight how fucking intelligent Kodak really is and put him in a conscious space and be like, see, this doesn't sound weird.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, this sounds fun. This is, y'all are judging hip hop incorrectly.
Right. I love that, man. That just shows the type of person that Kendrick is. He recognizes here's an artist that, if we just put our arm around him and guide him and kind of, put him in different rooms and allow him to be the genius that I believe he is, and just, get out of his way and take him out of those environments and those temptations around him that, pull at you and kind of keep you in a certain space as far as your energy and just your thought process. Put him somewhere and bring him around a room with different energy and different type of love and different type of respect and support, and watch him shine. And I thought, shout out to Kendrick for that. It takes a certain type of person to recognize that and see that, and then to act on it and do things like give him this stage. He knew what this was going to do for Kodak.
Yeah.
And now puts him on a different respect level from other artists. People now go check out Kodak, and, not just the songs that you hear going viral, like dig into his catalog. Like he has gems and bars in there where it's like, how old is this kid? 19, 20?
You were the one that, because I would listen to Kodak records that everyone would listen. I never dug deep. When you started playing years ago Kodak around me, I was like, oh, he's different.
No. Kodak, he's definitely one of those guys that, when you just listen to people with a different type of intent, you start to hear things like, oh, his brain works on that frequency. He just is not dialed into that yet. You know what I mean? But he has things he's been saying throughout his career, and it's like, for a kid to be this young talking about things like this and saying things like this, that it's in him. Like it's
said differently because of where he's from.
Exactly. And there's certain things that still, energy's still around, a certain energy that still pulls at him in a way and has him in bad situations. But shout out to Kendrick for that. I thought that was super dope. Definitely was a surprise to me. I didn't expect that. I didn't see that happening, but that was super fire.
Shout out to Whitney.
Shout out to Whitney.
Why are you shouting out Whitney?
I'm sure Kendrick and his wife or ex-wife, I didn't fully, at the end of the album, know where it landed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they had a conversation. I believe that's her on the album cover.
Yes.
So obviously she was very much involved in this album. Now, if we go back into Kendrick's relationship, all we've known and loved about them is that they stayed to themselves. They shut the fuck up. It was all the memes like Kendrick has had the same girl since high school and they don't go in public. And like her life, the only thing we know publicly about her life is that it's not public. And that's what she's known for. So whereas 444, yeah, we got Lemonade. Beyonce is the biggest star ever. Jay is huge. Their relationship has been picked apart. We saw the elevator. Like it wasn't something that I think would affect them drastically because they're so used to the public eye. Now, Whitney has minded her fucking business
right
for Kendrick's whole career. And now we're about to shatter that perfect image of what we thought the high school sweetheart, private marriage, they're doing it right, real couples goals. Like I would see people like, nah, I don't want that. I want what Kendrick and Whitney have. Like now that is going to be put in the public. You're not a public figure. This album is going to sell 500,000 first week probably. Your business is out there.
Yeah.
Like out there.
Yeah, she definitely but you know, we talk about this a lot, that women are definitely the gatekeepers, quote unquote, the driving force behind culture and hip hop. Some of our greatest records were inspired by a woman.
Yeah.
Some of our greatest albums were inspired by women. You know what I mean? So it's just dope to see a star like Kendrick, superstar like Kendrick, be so vulnerable and honest about his life and the relationship and how it's like, yeah, I go through the same thing that quote unquote normal, everyday, regular people go through. We have the same issues.
And I don't know if Mr.Morale, if he explained the title, but how I perceived it after the album was we have given Kendrick that he has morals, integrity. He's this conscious, straight up, like he's perfect. He's intelligent, everything. And this album, he's like, no.
Yeah. I'm over here going through it.
I'm not Mr. Morale.
Yeah, I'm
like,
over here going through
look
it.
at all the immoral things I've done.
Yeah.
So I thought that was ill. And Father Time, it's a very interesting one that I think a lot of men that have been in relationships and in therapy and had to have those conversations have felt. Because you can dig into cheating and insecurities and wanting to feel wanted, even if it's from a stranger, things like that, which can definitely derive from how men are raised. So once that becomes not really an excuse or reason to cheating, that's a difficult conversation to have with a human, because cheating's something that we don't really put on mental health at all.
Right.
You cheat, you're a scumbag, you're a dirtbag, you lying piece of shit. It's never fully understood, and it can almost come across as like, oh, you're using the mental health thing to do the cheating part. Now it's explained, and I mean, Kendrick kept it at a surface level that we could all make it palatable, as you said. But I think that's a conversation to be had, and I don't think it's just male specific. I think women cheat for very specific reasons that is attached to how they were raised and their mental health. I just don't know if the world, with how we view cheating, if the world is really ready to have mental health be an excuse and reason and maybe accepting of certain behaviors in relationships when it is connected to cheating.
I think that's the beauty of this album, is that he's trying to make it to where it's okay to have those conversations. Like you said, his wife asked him, like, are you have an addiction? Bro, that takes a different type of woman to present it to her husband like that, or her partner, and just want to talk about it. Like, I think you may have an addiction. I love you, but
because that's not usually, obviously, that was not the first time he was caught.
Right.
So the typical person, male or female, would be like, all right, again, yo, I'm out of here. Like, I allowed it the first few times, whatever. Like, you said he was gonna stop. Let me just get the fuck out of here. Not like, all right, you have an addiction, I'm putting you in therapy.
Yeah.
And then we'll figure it out from there.
Strong, powerful project. Salute to Kendrick, his entire team. This was amazing. Thank you for this. Was like I said, I don't even know if anything else came out over the weekend. I didn't get a chance to hear it. Wasn't
I didn't
focused on anything.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, Mr.Morale and the Big Steppers supposed to do some crazy numbers. Not that I care about what it's gonna do its first week. I don't care about that type of shit. But this is on record to be the biggest release of the year.
8 and he's damn. Kendrick, this will probably be his biggest release because it's 18 records.
Mm-hmm.
He was already streaming, obviously more than pretty much anyone besides Drake sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
With 14 and under.
Mm-hmm.
You get an 18 with these algorithms.
Yeah.
Kendrick might do something stupid.
Well, it's worth it. You know, it's worth it. It's a great project. Rappers, artists, I hope and pray that y'all take this in and appreciate it and just, you know, understand what this is really about and how this is really supposed to go and, you know, what hip hop is. It's supposed to be the soundtrack to our communities and our, you know, homes and what's going on in our lives and things like that, but make it cool to talk about. And I think that Kendrick did that.
Was it a shot at Drake that he left him off Savior?
Well, he said he had some maturing to do. He said when he saw Kanye and Drake make up, he knew that he had, and even that was just honest to just say that, like, I'm not there yet. Like, I
know a lot of people looked at shit like, what kind of goofy shit? Y'all just was going back and forth, and now y'all walking down the fucking steps together?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Type of weird shit is this?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This was this project, I think, is, well, hopefully it just makes people just be more forthcoming with honest conversations and emotions. Just be honest with your emotions and say what's on your mind and in your heart, you know, but from a place of not disrespect. Just like, yo, I'm just not there. I'm not into that. It's not what I do. I don't fuck with that type of shit. Like, you know, I think that it's just, this is going to promote a lot of healthy conversations, I hope.
For sure.
So for that,
when's the next time we'll be hearing from Kendrick, you think? Or is this the last one?
I
think the direction of the company with Dave is really, I don't think Kendrick's gonna disappear. I think we'll see a lot more of Kendrick. He'll pop up on a lot of stuff, but an album, I'm not sure, because he's about to start this whole. Well, he has launched the company with Dave already, but now obviously out of the TDE shit, him and Dave can freely work just on this.
I think Keem is the focus.
Keem is definitely the focus. I just think we're gonna see Kendrick. He'll be more visible than he's ever been before.
Yeah,
because he's gonna have to develop these artists, and of course they're gonna need the Kendrick help, as any rapper / label head would do.
Yeah.
And I don't think it'll just be music. I think it's been clear that him and Dave want to work on creative stuff,
visual or all.
Yeah, from visuals to movies, TV, etc. So I just think we'll see a lot more of them. I don't know if that's gonna be musically, but Kendrick will be present way more than he's ever been. Is my guess. Demaris, you have a woman's point of view on the album?
I actually have not heard it.
Oh, you didn't hear the album yet?
I haven't had a chance to. I had a really busy weekend.
When you get a chance, you know.
I plan on catching up on all the albums that released this month. I just haven't been listening to music. I don't listen to music like most people do. Like, who have to hear it like constantly, like when they're cleaning, when they're cooking, when they're walking. Like, I very rarely play music. Funny enough.
No, this was obviously the one that we was waiting on.
Yeah.
So this was, I made sure that I took all of Saturday night, Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon to really just keep playing. Even if I'm in the house cleaning, it's just like rotating. I'm just listening, hearing songs differently, catching lines. But yeah, great project, man. This is a beautiful, beautiful project.
My summer is set.
Huh?
My summer is set. I got Kendrick and Bad Bunny.
You're gonna be going Cuck crazy.
Oof. You're gonna be twerking and praying to Allah.
Yo, what? So who's coming next? Now that Kendrick's out the way, who is coming next?
I think people are gonna sit down for a while. I think they're gonna. I know it's not gonna be some releases for.
I don't mean like next, like immediately. I mean this year. Who do you think will be next?
That's weird though. I think it kind of left room. That's why I did like this album too, because there's some albums where it's like, all right, no one can really put shit out because it's gonna sound weird.
Yeah, like this is like nobody's gonna be able to do this.
It's not To Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah,
where
like
maybe people should wait and clear the palette. This is something else can go against this that's nothing like
totally
it.
Different. Yeah. So it's still room. Like, and don't get it twisted. We all about balance here. I played the Kendrick shit, and then I went right back to ESTG and 4-2 Doug on my thump shit. Don't get it twisted. Like, we keep balancing order around here. Like, I'm gonna get the consciousness and the mental health shit, but then we gonna put on some EST and we gonna
some ignorant.
Yeah, we gonna roll up and do what we do. But yeah, I think that obviously I think Hov is coming this year.
You think so?
Really?
Yeah, I think Beyonce's coming this year.
Do you have insights?
Yeah, I think
I could see B before I could see J.
Hov is. We already got a verse from him with Push. Like, once you see Hov doing things like that, that means he's creating.
Jay will always throw a little verse out every once in a while.
No, but that means he's creating.
He's in album mode.
Yeah, he's in album mode. Beyonce is in album mode, I believe.
I mean, Guru's even said in interviews publicly, like, he's always working. It's just if something sticks that it feels like it could carry the rest of a project.
Yeah.
Like, he'll record every day. It's
but
just
I think
to stay in shape.
I think albums like this wakes those guys.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
They feel inspired.
They'll get inspired by it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just it shakes the tree where it's like, okay, like Kendrick has arrived. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, he's here. He's one of the greats at this point. Like,
shit, I hope it does it with 3 Stacks. After Life of the Party verse, which was very similar to the content that's on Kendrick's album, just down to childhood, analyzing it, therapy, how you react to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the bag Andre's in right now.
Yeah.
And Kendrick just put this out. I hope that kind of leads Andre back into something.
Yeah.
That's not just flute related.
Yeah, man. Stacks, put the flutes down, goddammit, and get in the booth. You can bring the flute with you.
Yeah, I don't mind the flute.
Yeah, bring the flute with you, but
you can unleash the flutes.
Yeah, we need some bars, man. We need some bars. I need some captions, man.
Some melody, something.
Yeah.
Or just let me get a photo in Soho. If not.
Yeah, you'll see him. I promise you, he's standing on the corner just chilling.
But what else happened over the weekend? Like, I was fully Kendrick mode. I was in mom mode. I have no idea what happened.
Kendrick and the BBMAs.
No cool gossip happened?
No.
Eddin, come on, give me the gossip.
No guy, you know some gossip happened, Eddin.
Why would you think that I know the gossip? Well, Courtney just got married. Kardashian.
Bye, Eddin.
You're welcome. See?
Thank you.
That's what you wanted from me.
Maul was the best man.
Maul, you were the best man?
No, Eddin, I was not.
He was the flower girl.
Why would you hold that from us?
I definitely was not the best guy.
Maul, will you be my best guy?
Absolutely.
You will.
What?
Thank you.
Yeah, hell yeah. You want to tell us something?
No.
Oh,
I do.
I'm about to say, like, it's been a hell of a weekend.
Yeah, right.
Now,
couldn't get around to the Kendrick album.
Like, you was single last Monday. Now it's all of a sudden like, yo, would you be my best? Like, wait, what happened over the weekend?
Those are the best type of marriages, though.
Y'all would
when
be
you were
the
single on Monday.
last to know when I was engaged. Like,
Why would we be the last to know?
I want my engagement to last. I want to get.
Wait,
so you think
first
that
of all, you're the last one to know.
Yeah,
yeah.
You think we would
the
derail
girl
your
is the last one to know.
Roots Picnic coming up June 4th, June 5th, right? Philadelphia.
Yes, sir.
If you don't have your tickets, get your tickets now. Shout out to all the other podcasts on the stage that night. Wheezy Mandy, Horrible Decisions, Earn Your Leisure.
All those people.
All of the people. Gilly Wallow. Shout out to them. Shout out to Questlove. Shout out to Black Thought. Shout out to Entire Roots. Yeah, so let's have a good time that weekend. Hopefully it's nice out.
Yeah,
we got a lot of fun that weekend.
Some live dates that we're gonna announce soon. I think
live shows coming up. What else? Oh, playoffs, man. Jesus Christ. Chris Paul, man, broke my heart. I hated to see Chris Paul go out like that.
Yeah.
Totally embarrassing. Him and Devin Booker. I had either Phoenix or Golden State winning it all this year.
Luka made them look like a fool.
Yeah, but Luka's special.
He's pretty good at that basketball thing.
He's a special talent, man. A special talent. But Devin Booker and Chris Paul I can't believe Game 7 at home and they didn't show up. Like that. That's just terrible, man.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah, that was just. I didn't think it was gonna go down like that. But
does he retire? You think?
No way.
No.
Not on that note. Nah, Chris Paul's not retiring. After that.
Think they break the team up or try to?
No. They'll be back. It'll be some additional pieces, but Devin Booker and Chris Paul and DeAndre Ayton will be back next year. Yeah. So shout out to the Mavericks though. They handled their business on the road. Game 7. They didn't come to play. They jumped on them and stayed on them like a pimp with one prostitute.
It's not a very successful pimp.
No.
He should watch American Pimp.
Or read Iceberg Slim, because that guy, let me tell you, he was a fucking genius. Yeah, man. So shout out to the Mavericks. Golden State, Dallas should be a fun series. I think Steph Curry has that championship look in his eye once again.
What's that look like?
He's just on a
demonstrate?
different level. Well, no, I don't want to demonstrate Steph's championship demeanor, but
we want to see it. We don't know what you're talking about. You said he's
they
got
play
that
Wednesday. You'll see it.
But he's got that look. But they're watching now, and maybe we can't identify it the way you can. Like you can see between the lines.
Tune in Tuesday, Wednesday. I think Tuesday they play.
Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so tune in Wednesday to see Steph's championship face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, and
Celtics won.
Celtics. Shout out to the Celtics. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they get past Miami though.
I don't think so.
I don't know if they get. I like Jason Tatum a lot. I don't know if they get past Miami. I think that series is gonna go 6 games. I think Miami get them in 6 though. I want to see Boston win though. I would love to see Jason Tatum in the finals. I think he's the next superstar in the league. So I would love to see him get his shot at the finals. Yeah.
What are all the players that have been eliminated saying in the NBA group chats? Who's the saltiest? What are predictions amongst the league?
Everybody says Golden State.
Okay.
Everybody has Steph. Because the last time those 3 were healthy, Steph, Draymond, and Clay, they won a championship.
They won. Yep.
So
that would be what, number 4 for them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. 4.
That's kind of crazy.
New movies coming out. Demaris, we still didn't go see.
Child, I wouldn't see that. I'm not playing with
you guys.
I
You
want
went
the
without
record
him.
to show. I want the record to show. I told her we can go.
No, I went. Somebody took me on a date to go. I went and saw it.
See how fast?
Oh.
See,
You were replaced right away.
This is what black women do. Y'all want to talk about black women? This is what black women do.
Cool.
Y'all replace, y'all replace, and y'all sub, and y'all monkey bar on the nigga. Y'all got one nigga in one hand, and you swing it to the next nigga. That's called the monkey bar effect, and that's what black women do. You invited me to the movies. I said yes, and then you decided you want to go on a date with somebody else.
That was Maul who said that.
Yeah, it was me.
Did you suggest that movie when he asked you on a date?
You said what? No, he knew I liked Marvel, so he knew that he was like, "Nah, we gotta go see."
Did
Marvel.
he know that you invited me first?
Yes, he did. He also knew you was gonna cancel on me, like you've been doing.
I didn't cancel.
You could have just brought Maul. Could have been the 3 of y'all.
Yeah,
I wasn't
date and time, and Maul would have been there.
I wasn't in New York to bring you.
He would have drove.
Oh, you went up there with Stovito and them.
You know Maul is a sprinter. He would have came.
Yo, sprinting
sprinter.
fucking 4 hours to Syracuse is insane.
To watch a Marvel movie with Stove God and Demaris.
It's right here. It's right here. You pass all these theaters in Manhattan.
Holy shit. Not just how many theaters you pass from here to
fair, Maul was going through something last week. I didn't want to bother him.
No, I know. I understand.
It feels like you guys have been doing this tit for tat shit of saying you're going to go to movies.
There's
and
another movie coming out that I want to see that you should probably see the first one.
What?
Top Gun 2 is coming out with Tom Cruise.
You guys watched the first Top Gun?
Who? Demaris has to watch.
I never watched it, but it was so funny. I was Maverick for Halloween last year, but I never watched Top Gun. I thought I was a pilot. No, I thought it was a regular pilot costume.
He's Maverick.
And everybody kept calling me Maverick, but I thought they were saying Maris. I went to work. It was 2 years ago. I went to work and everything. I was at a bar. I worked at a bar.
Was your boyfriend Goose?
You gotta see the movie.
I wasn't with him. I was actually with my girlfriend. That's a long story.
Go watch Top Gun 1, and then we're going to go see Top Gun 2.
Do you want to see Top Gun 2?
Absolutely.
Did you see the trailer? I watched the trailer for it when I went to go see Multiverse.
Hell yeah, I want to see Top Gun 2. That was one of my favorite movies is Top Gun.
I love Top Gun. I just don't... Tom Cruise now, Scientology, I just don't know if I'm... Like...
he about to chase the aliens now. You thought Independence Day was great. What do you see what Cruise and this technology and these cameras do?
Double down.
With this?
Finish what Will Smith couldn't?
Yeah, absolutely. You kidding me? Top Gun? Maverick? Hell yeah. So yeah, we need to go see that, Demaris.
Does he have a new Goose?
It's I think Goose's son.
Oh God.
Wow. I think Goose's son is in this one because it's a guy that's in it and he looks like he could be Goose, but he's younger. So I'm like, that must be his son.
Well, listen, man, salute to Tom Cruise for serving this long in the military services. He's still still fighting.
No, they
Still
came
fighting.
back.
How
and
long
got
ago
him.
was Top Gun?
Yeah.
If I'm not
30 years ago?
mistaken, They came
Easily.
back and got him to train a new group of recruits.
Yeah,
It's
it's
one
a
of
mission.
those.
It's a
Yeah.
crazy mission going
Yeah.
on, and they need one of the greatest pilot ever to train. some
Only
of
one
these
person
young
And you know
dudes.
they have to find him in some discreet location.
he
He's
lives
like,
in
I'm
a
just trying to
cabin.
get away from the
He has a
world.
beard down here. He's like,
I know
I'm
this.
off the grid.
Yeah.
And then he opens up a secret room that has all of this technology in it. Like, I knew what you've been doing for the last 40 years. I've been following everyone.
And then they guilt trip him with his patriotism.
Yeah.
Like,
Do it for the red, the white, and the blue.
They lose all hope, and then he shows up. He's like,
Yeah.
one
Saves
more
the day.
time.
You know how it happens. The last ride into the sun.
for sure.
You know they're going to say some corny shit like that. This is the
Is
last.
he gonna die in this one?
I
Hope
hope
not.
not. I would cry if they killed Maverick. Y'all brought him back to kill him?
I
The
mean,
guy was enjoying life.
that's
what they
there
did
was
to Luke.
many moments in
That's
the
what
first
they
one
did
he
to
deserved to
Monica
die.
in the Best Man Holiday.
That's what they did to Han
She
Solo.
had cancer.
Okay, they brought her back together.
He's in a fighter jet.
right.
Yeah, but that you can't. Wait, no, you can't
if there was
compare
any
dying in a
place.
fucking fight as a fighter, as a pilot to cancer.
I think they probably have the same probability of death.
Yeah, pretty high.
God, I mean, for everybody who is suffering with
This
cancer,
has been another
or whose
episode of the new
family
Rory
has
and Maul.
cancer, we're sending you prayers, not
We want to thank you for tuning
Death
in.
statistics,
We want to
we're
thank you
sorry.
for continuing to come back weekly and deal with our shit and talk about us in the comments and say that we have hips or I have hips like Shakira
They don't lie.
and
It would be more like J Lo
Bernice
because she's Puerto
Burgos
Rican.
and J Lo and
Is the Adam Sandler movie good? The
Which
new
one?
one? He's like a NBA recruiter.
didn't see it.
What?
yeah, they killed
I was-
him at the end. They shot him. Oh, you talking about the jury movie?
No, that's not
No.
Oh.
He's everyone died in that. And then she went on to date Kanye West.
I never saw that movie, guys, but thanks for ruining the ending.
She looked great in that movie.
Well, Julia.
Oh my god, she has so much ass. She looked great.
She gave her hips to Maul because I don't know where the fuck they went after that movie.
She was a
This,
fox.
this has been another episode of New Rory and Maul. It might be back next week. It might just be Maul because I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill this white boy. I'm gonna choke the shit out of him as soon
Eddin,
as
are
these
you
cameras
good?
start off.
I just had an asthma attack. We gotta go.
We'll be back. See y'all. Have a great week. Be safe. Have fun. Love. Live life.
Proceed,
And
progress.
just watch your surroundings and watch your energy, man, because it's strange things happening in the world right now. So just protect and love each other. We'll see y'all in a couple days. Peace.
Peace.
No worry and